Hello, my name is Shadley and welcome back for another episode of Curtain of Steel as Soviet Union in Supreme Ruler Ultimate. In previous episode we had achieved a bit of a breakthrough over here in Vietnam, and well, we haven't quite won the war. We're not that far from Saigon, and there's still going to be a little bit of the remaining area there that probably needs to be conquered, plus Cambodia needs to be conquered, and Cambodia is going to be a little bit difficult to approach. Well, depends. Technically speaking, there probably isn't that much, you know, standing in front of it. Let's just let the time roll. I did notice in between recording sessions that the oil price has increased a little bit, so I'm increasing the production of it a little bit. We'll need to wait for a day to pass to see how much we will actually sell. And probably a decent bit, but that should give us a bit more money. And I think what we might want to do is increase the family subsidies to, like, I don't know, 5 million. That means that people are more likely to have kids and all that sort of stuff. So that might help. Maybe we'll increase the education funding by another 2 million or so. So the daily cost of the social spending is pretty darn high, I'll admit. But at the same time, if we can start attracting more people into our nation, then that should be worth it. I mean, currently, how much do we have? We've got 105 million. We're getting... okay, so we're getting about 600,000 per year now. Projected, but that's not with the new changes that we just did. I did also send in for a bit more reinforcements from Vladivostok, I believe. Yeah, we got some ships moving over here. I gave the orders a couple of days ago, actually, well, from recording this. But yeah, we got our tanks over here repairing. We got the engineers over there mostly repair. Well, one of them is still repairing. The others are actually in pretty decent shape. I also put in a few more unit types. There's a new field gun, which I believe has a bit high damage. A new AA gun. A new submarine. Another AA gun. I believe this one was a... yeah, self-propelled AA gun, which doesn't have any damage on the mid-air attack. It's got really good close air attack. Problem is that I can only fire on things surrounding it. But, you know, if we have one of those protecting the artillery crews or something like that, or per artillery crew, then that should be fine, actually. Because a lot of the, you know, enemy players don't really have that long range for attacking anyway. But we're losing a little bit of cash in right now. I believe we are still doing pretty good in terms of the oil. I'm going to increase that production to 50%. And see how that does. We might run a little bit problems in terms of unemployment. But hopefully that's not going to be a long-term problem. What I suppose I could do is I could move in our artillery a little bit closer. I'm not going to move both the artillery troops all the way there. But some of these could be moved, and maybe we can move these forward to start maybe breaking a little bit of their resistance there. If we can take that and this airfield, that'd be good. There is another airfield over there, though. So it's going to be a bit risky without any proper anti-aircraft guns in the region yet. And world market approval rating is declining. Alright. That's not great. We traded... oh, we sold a lot of military goods for Switzerland. They paid good money out of it, so I'm okay with that. Right, well, let's get those in. Maybe, just maybe we can spot the enemy. Oh, well, it's been spotted now. There we go. Bit of bombardment there. There's only 2 garrisons, actually. Okay, we can probably send in the engineers to help with this. Should make quite a difference. Yeah, there, here we go. I wonder if they got a lot of troops at the airfield or not. Probably a decent bit. I'm going to move one of the artillery troops forward, and I don't think... alright, yeah, we got our submarine over here now, finally. I'm just going to move it next to the port, so that I can resupply and all that, and then we'll send it probably over here somewhere to make sure that we can sort of keep an eye on if there's enemy ships that we can maybe just sink them. There's a lot of garrisons there, alright. If we send this... no, to be fair, there's a lot of garrisons, not a lot of planes. That means that they may have moved the planes further back all the way to Saigon, which would be actually quite good for us. But yeah, the troops that they have over here aren't necessarily all that great, and I'm pretty sure that I don't really have the strength right now, not until the tanks have been repaired and all that. Or if we get the reinforcements soon enough, then that might also help. Although the reinforcements are mostly going to be artillery and supply trucks again. There's going to be a few units for front line, but not all that many. in the groups that we send. Also, I was having a look at various other things. So rubber production is not very profitable. Food production is also not very profitable. We've got plenty of food though. We're still buying from a lot of our colonies. Because they are kind of forced to sell things to us. But that helps quite a bit. Industrial goods isn't too bad. At least we're doing some bombardment there. Now let the allies, or our allies, take most of the damage there. Is that? Oh, there's an ISU 122. Well, that's rather good. Right, so have we seen any change in the population increase there? That's still 670,000 emigrating compared, well, extra emigrating than immigrating. And 1.2 million. Okay, so yeah, it's still about 500 to 600,000. Okay, I think we're gonna send in the troops now. Trying to just break through that. Sphere change. NATO. Oh, right. Ireland doesn't like us. Alright. Well, to be fair, we've been doing a lot of fighting. It's probably not great for, you know, popularity and all that. At least on the international side of things. Okay, so we're gonna start taking some damage here. Hopefully we can deal with some of these garrisons. There's one down. As soon as we get another one... Oh, these are running a bit low on supplies. I'm just going to pull them back a little bit. Probably for the best. At least we got the supply trucks over there, and we can still do some bombardment. Oh, there we are. Our ships are arriving. I think that's actually all of them. And then we got the submarine, of course. We can probably start moving that out a little bit. And there's some supply trucks there, and... Oh, we did get some anti-aircraft guns. And another tank. Let's bring these closer. The tank might actually help. Oh yeah, it is IS-2N. Alright, so it could be attached to the tank core, or maybe it could be a bit of a boost for the attack force over here. We've got about 6 billion right now in total cash, so we're not really running that low. We're actually making good money from the trades now as well. Now, to be fair, I have a feeling that increasing the petroleum production is going to be pretty good for that. So let's have a look. Unemployment is still 4.3%, so we haven't had that much of an impact there, which is probably fine. But yeah, I'm just going to send it to the combat engineer group over here, and we got our research done. You need to sign Yak-25 interceptor completed. Alright, that's going to be quite nice. Actually, how many planes are we producing? We're not producing any planes right now. Where do we have production for the planes, though? We've got one over here. Start producing some Yak-25s. It's... Actually, is it better than the... Oh yeah, it's definitely better than the Yak-23. It even takes less time to produce, which is quite impressive. The range of the attacks is the same, but the damage is definitely a lot better. And much more fuel. So is that... Actually, how much is your range? I know that is listed somewhere. Might have to open the design itself. Okay, the range is almost 1,000 kilometers. Oh, wait, no. That's the speed. Range is about 2,700 kilometers. So that's not bad. And then the speed is almost 1,000 kilometers per hour. So, yeah, that's pretty good. We'll get at least one of those being produced here. And then let's maybe get some tactical bombers. Or strategic bombers. Do we have... Don't necessarily have any all that great things in here available. We'll take the Tupolev 2Ds. They deal okay damage. I don't know about their range though. It's 2,500, so it's not that bad. Yeah, we'll get those two underway. Are these set up to be... We can set them to be repeating, but I don't want them to deploy immediately. I just realized there's another naval production group over here. Go ahead and get some... There's the whiskies. They don't have the extra range yet. Okay. We could certainly produce more, of course. And then capital ships. Let's just get another Chapayev class capital ship there. Maybe an escort. Oh yeah, this one's got better damage and longer range. A patrol boat. Probably the anti-submarine patrol boat. Make sure that these are repeating. And actually, unless this new production cycles continues on. So that should help a little bit. I don't think we necessarily need a transport, so what I suppose I could do, I could put in the submarine in here. Then let's just double check that we're still... Oh, right, these are not producing anymore. Right, so we've got one of the submarines done. We've got probably one of the escorts. One of the anti-submarine patrol boats, and then... Yeah, that's going to be all of them now. So those will be producing. We've got quite a stack of troops over here, but it is mostly artillery and supply trucks. Oh, we do have a tank there. What I might do, actually, is I will put in some more troops into... Oh, right, that needs to be continuous. Oh, and probably needs to deploy as well. Alright, I'm just going to put in an extra set of troops in there, like especially the tanks. Ooh, actually, we could start producing the T-10s. Which do have a fair bit more damage. And better armor, right. So I'm going to put one of those in there. And, well, that's probably it. So they'll cycle through a lot more of them, but that means that there's going to be a little bit less of the artillery pieces compared to the rest of the stuff. Now, we still have this massive stack here, which we haven't really utilized. I suppose we could just send that down south. And the AA has almost arrived here. That's going to be useful. The supply decks that... Oh, those supply decks might not have a great time. We could bring, of course, this tank core over here. And together with that tank, as soon as it's, you know, rested from all the marching that they've been doing. Plus the combat engineers. Okay, they got at least some tank over there. Let's just get over here. Do we have... Oh yeah, we do have these two. Let's get them over there. Oh, is this... Oh yeah, that is one of mine. If we can resupply more of these troops, that should probably be fine. Let's send those there, and the rest can probably be sent on the road, I suppose. And we can break through this airfield here. The hope for today is, which I don't know if it's going to be on the name of the episode already or not, but it's just to get to Saigon. We might not capture Saigon today, but we're going to at least get closer. Right, so I guess we'll send these over here. We can get these four. Keep them over there. We can move in the artillery within reach. Start dealing more damage on the South enemies. Group up a little bit more there. Oh, we found the enemy. Oh, but we don't have the artillery within range. Okay, pull back for a little bit. We're going to resupply and all that. We did deal some damage, but we need to definitely have some support from artillery, and artillery wasn't prepared for that. Alright, we've got quite a few research going on, although, well, only 7 slots right now open. How much do we have unemployment now? It's 4.3%. I think we could afford building one more research center. I think going for at least a total of 10 research going on at the same time, it's going to be good. For major powers that have their own special units, it's probably going to be a little bit more. Just to make sure that we can, you know, keep the productions, get upgrading our units and all that sort of stuff. But I think even if we don't help too much at this stage, our side has definitely the upper hand in this war. I wonder if the family subsidies has an impact on the birth rates yet. Probably not yet. Oh, there's a Chinese patrol boat in here. Alright. Then we've got our submarine. I think we're just going to keep the submarine over here, sort of guarding the shipping lane there. We got artillery firing on 2 places at once. How much do we have supplies? We got 250,000 tons. I mean, that's not bad. And the field gun over here is going to be the next one to be done. Is that... Yeah, it's got pretty decent damage. It's still got the same range as everything else that we have. But that's not bad. It's got pretty good amount of supplies. So we should not run out all that quickly, at least. We can keep on bombarding for a while. For example, over here, we're just bombarding them. These 4 might not be in shape to attack. I think what we might want to do is put in the ones that are currently repairing. Entrench them at the town. We'll gather up the rest of these. Because if they send in attacks from there, which I don't think they will, because they don't have that much troops in here, and I don't think the Americans have been sending that much in there lately either. So we're going to gather up a force to take out the airfield on this side first. Let's just entrench all 8 of these in here. Because if we don't entrench them, they can't actually stick to same province there. And with the artillery help, we should be fine now. Let's just move in, take out the airfield at Dalat. There we go. Well, that's got to be quite a bit of damage there. Lots of good tanks. Well, pretty decent tanks at least. That combat engineer. Oh, that's not our combat engineer. It's the North Korean combat engineer there. It's probably the engineer that we gave them, to be fair. Right, let's go ahead and send in the supply trucks over here so those can still keep fighting for the most part. And then we're going to make sure that the enemies are defeated. Logistics are very important in this game. Which, to be fair, is a good thing. Let's go ahead and entrench that at the airfield. Then we'll just take the rest of that and enter into the airfield here. Well, yeah, these are both airfields, I suppose, but different airfields. So there's only 4 garrisons there. Once these have rested a little bit, we could technically go there. Don't suppose we got any... No, not really. Unless we have some... No, we don't have anyone there. Right, did we get any troops built recently? I mean, we got the supply truck over there. We got one of the heavy tanks in here. And we've got a combat engineer and heavy tank from here that we can move in. Don't know if we need to move that many troops at this stage, because the combats aren't that bad, and the more I fight personally in there, the worse relations we're going to have with everyone else. But, you know, we'll at least move them into the port there. We'll see how it goes from there onwards. I think these 7 will be, especially with the Chinese troops coming in here. Together, we shall crush the garrison there. And just, you know, break through from here and then take that town next. Have we gotten any of the troops repaired? Well, not sufficiently. We've done some work on those, just not enough. Let's move in the artillery forward. Let's go ahead and bring in the supply trucks over there. So we're going to resupply these. Oh, there we go. Artillery is in position. Supply trucks have arrived, so let's just go in here and we should be able to defeat these. I think one unit is probably going to be the combat engineer. Will have to be pulled back soon. After that, probably not going to be too bad. Because by the time, well, now that that's retreated, there's 2 garrisons that are almost destroyed, and another one is taking really heavy damage. So I think, well, maybe the other combat engineer will have to repair after this combat as well, but oh well. It's definitely not the worst case in here. Right, the next thing that we're going to do is we're just going to rest over here. We can probably pull that one back. Have these enter there. If I give them the repair order, then they're just going to go all the way back to my home, and that's not going to work. Guatemala is buying some more rubber. Excellent. And we're still supporting the government in Iran. That's also quite nice, I suppose. It is costing us a little bit, but in terms of money, we're not doing too badly. And we can always sell more technologies, I suppose. Sweden probably doesn't like us anymore. No, they certainly don't. Right, so let's figure out... Well, the Mesa system, we can probably... Oh, 32 million, that's not a lot. What about Finland? They're still friendly, but they're non-aligned. To be fair, it's a bit historical. Let's get a few $1 million from those two, though. Poland has a lot. We could maybe sell some text there, and then, of course, Germany. Or East Germany, to be more precise. Oh, they got a tech of their own there. Mid-air refueling. How much do you ask? 800 million? That is a lot, but I suppose that's going to be fine. Keeping relations with the other Warsaw Pact nations is probably not the worst thing. Of course, they're not actually accepted the trade deal yet. They accepted the first one that we offered, but they're not accepted the other one yet. Because our money hasn't dropped suddenly. But maybe they won't accept more than one a day or something, I don't know. Remains to be seen, I guess. Right, so was there anything over here with Yugoslavia that we could maybe do in terms of the pacts especially? Mutual defense, nope. Missile defense is also no. I don't think there's anyone there. I believe there might be something with Albania, though. Not missile defense. Mutual defense they might take. They might ask for a bit of money or something, but that's fine. Counter offer 100. Oh, wow. Okay, that's a bit more than I expected. Hey, we got mutual defense there, so we at least got a bit better relations with them, and they might actually be Warsaw Pact aligning soon enough. I only got 10 that are currently Warsaw Pact aligned, but that doesn't factor in all the colonies that we have. New alliance formed, Greece and Denmark. Well, alright then. Oh, and someone's already reached up to there. Have we got any of the troops prepared yet? Not fully. They don't repair all that quickly on the cities without barracks or anything like that, though. So, that's a bit of a problem. We bring in the artillery. Oh, right, yeah. Let's bring in the artillery over there. It's going to be within reach. And then I suppose we can bring in the supply trucks over there. We'll have our troops ready to attack soon. And we'll have a lot of support. Well, we'll have the artillery support at least. Technically speaking, we could bring in second artillery group there. And then bring these two. And those are Chinese troops, actually. It's not slowly repairing though, but I suppose we're not going forward that quick in time. Looks like the battle in Cambodia is a bit of a problem though. There's just not supplies in there. It's going to be probably a lot easier once we gotten rid of South Vietnam in here. Or United Vietnam, so to speak, and then from here it should be pretty easy to attack into Cambodia. Alright, the artillery is already firing. I suppose we can send in our reinforcements there. The combat engineer will probably have to be pulled back soon enough. But I think... Well, that's a supply truck. Yeah, okay. This one needs to pull back. What we'll do is we'll send these forward into the next village. We'll send that one over there as well. The tanks are still doing pretty good. They're not taking that much damage from the garrison, because they're not all that advanced garrisons as far as I can tell. There we go, so that's now dealt with. Got on the city. What we'll do is we'll actually get into the road over here. If they try to approach, they'll get stopped before they reach the town. Because that might actually help quite a bit. And then we've got a lot of troops preparing here. I think one of the combat engineers and one of the heavy tanks is almost repaired. You want to buy some coal? That's actually a lot of coal. But yeah, I'm okay with that. The more trades we do, the better our treaty integrity is going to get. Which, to be fair, right now isn't all that great, 53.3%. Although, actually, there might be some other things that are affecting that as well. So, yeah, it's not particularly good for our diplomacy purposes, but oh well. Oh, Ukraine has a lot of things. Do we need techs? I think you might. What about Belarus? You don't have a lot. So, Ukraine is basically the big one in here. And that's probably mostly because we're buying a lot of food from them. Not really much electricity. We're buying some electricity, but it's not too bad. We have no... Oh. Right, we run out of uranium. How about we get a uranium mine? It's not going to be cheap. We could, of course, build it in Ukraine, but I think that would make them perhaps a bit too strong in terms of that. Let's just get a uranium mine over here. It's not really good supplies or anything like that. And if we end up fighting a war in Finland, then that might be in risk territory, but other than that, it should be fine. It is going to cost us a little bit to build that, but we got enough money to not have to worry about it too much. Right, there we go. Ukraine has gotten a little bit techs. We could probably sell them quite a bit more. How about we give them the radio? Technically speaking, I could sell more than one tech at a time, but at the same time, you kind of get a lot more out of the sales if you just sell them one at a time. Field ion microscope, that seems like a useful idea. Also, Ukraine does have a lot of productions in here, which we're probably buying most of it. I'm sort of thinking about building some things for Estonia. For example, if we were to build some a mid-size industry, or industrial goods here. They already got one mid-size. Let's get a second one for them. Over there. They'll have to build it. And they'll have to upkeep it and all that. And... well, actually, is there any gas fields in here? There are actually some. Not really massive amount of production, so, you know, if we give them, or build those, we've got plenty of industrial goods still that we can trade to them. They need probably quite a bit more than that. So let's just give them, let's say 100,000 tons or so. We're going to give it that as free, just so that they can get their buildings going. And of course, it's going to cost them quite a bit, but, you know, that's going to allow them to have a little bit of an economy. So if we do that for all of our colonies, more or less, so that they have a bit of industry so they can, you know, support themselves to a certain degree, and then at the same time, whatever excess they produce, they'll sell to me, so I'll have a lot more resources to then sell to other people. Surprisingly enough, they did accept the deal of a lot of industrial goods. Now, to be fair, industrial goods price is not great for us. How's the money situation now? Okay, unemployment is dropping, inflation is going up a little bit. Still got relatively high tax, admittedly. How much do we have as the sales tax? Because that's usually a really good way to get money. We've got 30% right now. I might increase that to 35%. Get a bit higher taxes, but at the same time, I might reduce the, let's say, low income tax to 30%, so it might reduce the tax income a little bit there, but at the same time the sales tax is going to be a lot higher. Daily taxation is 105 million, social spending is 105 million, so that actually meets. What doesn't meet, of course, is we do have a lot of other expenses, like production. We do get 160 million from domestic sales, though, so we do get a lot of money through there. And it looks like the petroleum price has dropped to $7, so while we could increase the production, I don't think we necessarily should. Not yet. How much is the domestic price, by the way? It's 70%. So it's relatively high. But it's not too bad. And of course, for food, we got it at 50%. We do get a lot of food from our... well, I mean, we could even produce all of the food that we need, but the production cost is a bit higher than the global price right now. We've got 70% at electricity. That's not too bad. Then what about... consumer goods is 100%. We do actually have a little bit extra production right now. So we are selling some. I'm not entirely sure if we're getting some from our puppets. Let's actually have a look. Is there anyone over here that is exporting Soviet Tajikistan? Oh. Right, so we're buying a little bit from them, I guess. Everyone else, yeah, we're not selling all that much. We don't have a massive production of it either, so that kind of tracks. Right, so how far did we get? We're pretty close to Saigon. We don't know if they got any planes on the airfield, though. So we'll need to approach carefully, but we might be able to get over here, start fighting for the or on the airfield itself. Let's get these forward, and let's get these over here. They're not going to be able to reach quite yet. Oh, and we got the new artillery piece. Alright, we've done some trade deals with Finland. Oh, right, Finland's been buying a lot of consumer goods. They're not really offering that good price either, but it's better than nothing. Now we still have... oh, wow. They have offered quite a bit of money, actually, overall. Our stockpile is going down rather quickly, though. Oh, and Soviet Ukraine offered lump sum for 35 tons of... okay. Right. Well, I mean, at least we got a lot of money out of it. Well, that would explain why we have suddenly 1 extra billion from somewhere. Brazil wants some consumer goods. Oh, bollocks. Sure. We'll put auto accept there. I guess what we need to do is we need to increase the production of that, but at the same time, the industrial goods is the kind of problem there. So we'll probably need to get industrial goods production up over there. And then I suppose we could get one more of consumer goods construction over there. We're going to move this one into Moscow proper. And with that, unfortunately, we are out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, got links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.